Good.
All right. All right, so we've been around for 20 years. We've done more basements than any other company, and one of the reasons we are so successful is really because of this process. So I told you I was going to show you through this versus talking you through it. So right now we're at this initial design consultation. I've gotten to know you and what you want in your space. So a little bit about me. I'm from Minnesota. I came out to Colorado 8 years ago to go to school. Didn't really know what I wanted to do, and so I got an interior design degree as well as a fashion design degree. I've been a professional designer for the past 5 years. I've always lived and breathed design, so it's really just in my blood. So one thing that really drew me to this company was two things that I instantly felt like family, which is really important to me and makes my job not so much work, but also just a passion. And then the other thing is this process. I've worked at other design build firms and nothing is as streamlined as this. So again, we're at this initial design consultation. I'm going to show you what we do as far as our measure goes. When I go downstairs, I'll be taking really detailed measurements and actually putting everything into the computer. So this is what we call our as-built. Obviously this isn't your basement, but you'll have one of these as well. This is really the shell of your basement. It has everything in here from your posts to your existing electrical, your furnace, which direction it faces, your water heater, where your sump pit is, your water main, all of this detail so that I can design best for you. Another thing that I fully notate is what's going on in your ceilings, because obviously we're going to have to bring the soffit down at some point, and for me to know that, it will help me to create the best space for you so everything feels intentional. So that's what I'll be doing today. That's going to take about an hour and a half, just so you know, hour and a half, 2 hours. So then after that, I will have you come into the office, and what I'll be developing over the next couple, like next week or so, are two separate plans. One's going to be a lot like what we talked about, where your bathroom's going to be by the stairs, and your bedroom's going to be where that egress window is, and then the other one might be something completely different. So I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So here is a client that we had, and they had the idea of putting their bar right when you walk down, right next to the stairs. It's just something that they've always envisioned. You'll see that when you walk down, they have their public space, so where their living room, where everybody's going to be hanging out, and then tucked back here is her office that's also going to function as a bedroom for resale purposes, really. So we added a closet onto that, and then you have to go through the bedroom to get to the bathroom. So I'm going to show you what's kind of cool about this program. So I draw everything in 2D, and then this magical program, actually, I can just shoot a camera and we can walk around your space so that you can really visualize and see yourself and how you'll be using the space. So you'll see the bar, and we can do more finishes that look like what you have upstairs, which you mentioned, so you can see it really being what you want it to be. And then another one of the ideas that we had was putting the bar kind of right as you walk down and being a really main focal point. And one of the things that we did to draw into the space was radiusing these stairs, so you just feel like you're being brought into that. And we really actually flipped the private and public spaces, which was something that they had never thought about. And one thing that's really neat about this design is that you don't have to go through the bedroom to get to the bathroom. So that was something that really they were excited about, so they actually ended up picking that. I'll kind of show you what that looks like here. So you can see, well, one thing I wanted to note is we've hidden the beams in these two walls. Maybe you didn't really notice it because we put those pass-throughs in and we made it look very intentional. Another thing is, let me show you another perspective here. But we really tried to make the ceiling look intentional as well. So you can see that the wall is the exact length as this soffit here, so it really dives into it and looks intentional versus, there's that architecture versus the finishes that I talked about. So is there a plan here that you're really drawn to?
I love the second one with the bar being such a focal point.
Okay, cool. What about the bar do you really like?
It just is front and center, and the way you enter into the room, and it's just all nice and open and really cool.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of how they felt as well. So, great. Okay, so from this meeting, this ideas meeting that we're in, it's going to be an hour and a half, or an hour to an hour and a half. So I just want to make sure that you have that amount of time slotted for that. And the reason that it's going to take that long is that we are going to come together and try to make the best plan for you, so you walk away knowing that you love your plan and you're really excited about it. And then from there, I'm going to probably make some tweaks to it and get it ready so that I can have your project manager come out. That's going to be at the construction review. So that's going to be at your place. He's going to have this design, that we land on together, and then a list of questions that I might have, just so that we can make sure that everything that we've dreamed of can be built. So that's your time to really pick his brain and get to know him as he's walking around in your space. So we have the most successful project for you. So after this, he gives me the green light. I'm going to start notating the plan. And I'll show you what that looks like, because we're going to go over this in very, very large detail during your plan review. That's our next meeting. That's going to be about 2 to 2.5 hours. We're going to be going through every single one of these notes that's on this plan. What this is really your scope of work. Everything that we're touching is going to be notated on here. So the reason that we read through everything is because maybe there's something that I missed, hopefully not, or you hear that, oh, that ceiling fan wasn't in there, and I can tell you why I didn't put that into that project. So we read through every single one of these notes so that you feel comfortable, and so we have all the details up front so we don't run into any surprises in the project. So once we read through all those notes, I'm going to show you this, what we call our menu. It's a breakdown of where all your prices are coming into. So we have your framing, your drywall, plumbing. Everything that's included in your design is going to be in this, so you can see it clearly and know where all your money's going. Another thing that we do that's a little bit different from other companies is we'll have this menu here. These are things that you can pick and choose to get you your perfect price and everything that you want in your project. So once we decide on this and we go back and forth to make it perfect for you, and you're really going to be driving this. So it's just a tool to help me get you exactly what you want. So we get there, and I will be getting you a start date receipt. It's going to have all your payments broken out. The $2,500 deposit that we talked about earlier is going to be taken out of the first payment. If you can put that down today, we can guarantee your start date and completion date. And the reason we can do all this is because we've done all this work up front. So we'll get all this signed and taken care of, and you'll have a plan that you're really excited about, and we'll get things going from there. Any questions?
Sounds great.